Q4 is the biggest shopping season of the year, and there are so many money-making opportunities for print-on-demand sellers. Not only are people shopping for themselves, but they're also shopping for everybody on their gift list. In this episode, we're going to be breaking down 5 of the top trending products to sell this holiday season. Plus, we're revealing 2 bonus trend products that were actually listed as the number 1 and number 2 trending products by Shopify. My name's Adrian Bonarks, here with my co-host Kerry Egler. Welcome to the Print on Demand Playbook podcast. What's up, guys? Welcome to this episode. I am so excited about this episode because it's always fun when new reports come out that give us data on what's selling right now so that we can take clues from that and we can start creating for that demand. This episode today is going to be based on a Shopify report that came out on October 21st. They released a report talking about trending products right now. And a lot of them are fantastic products for the holiday season. So we're going to get into that in a bit. However, Kerry, it's episode 99. We're one episode away from our 100th ever episode. Are you feeling the feels?
I was thinking, should we do like a greatest hits episode?
Oh, that'd be such a cop out, man.
I know we shouldn't, but I was like, let's relive the greatest moments of the past 2 years, past 100 episodes. Not like replay them, like just rank our top moments. No, we're not going to do that. But that was just maybe, man, I can't believe we've been doing this for 100 episodes.
That's
what 100,
crazy.
104 is 2 years, right? Every week for
I don't know.
weeks.
We dropped 3 in January of 2023.
That was forever ago.
I know, man.
So
I remember how cringe I was in those first few episodes. Like so nervous, so cringe. It's funny listening back.
We're probably still cringe, but
oh yeah, super cringe. Yeah.
People love
That's
the cringe,
okay.
you know, whatever.
It's who we are.
I'm really excited. I'm excited about 100. I mean, it's just really cool. Like it's been a really fun and rewarding, and I think successful endeavor for us. So we're very thankful to all of our listeners. We enjoy making the podcast, and we enjoy reading the reviews. We enjoy the messages that we get, and we just appreciate you. And if you love this podcast, if it's helped you in some way, like we really want to know about it, because for me at least, like in my business, what keeps me going is people being helped. It's not about the money and all that kind of stuff. I mean, money's a great part of it, right? But like, and that helps me, pay for my life and my family and all those kind of things. But more than anything, it's like, if it's helping people, if people are actually getting value from it, that's what keeps me going. I don't want to do it if it's 100%. Not valuable.
100%.
So
yeah, man. Impact over everything. Like, sure. I totally feel you on that. Like, changing lives, just helping people, offering value is like, there's no better feeling than putting value out there, or hoping you're putting value out there, and then getting messages from people saying that they are getting a lot of value out of it, that they're taking action, that they're seeing results. Like, whether you're a student of ours or not, like, we still want you to win. That's why we put out all this free content. Like, yes, we have paid programs to support you if you want to work with us more directly, but like, we still wish the best for everybody, all of our listeners. We want you to win. And that's what it's all about. There's a quote I really love from one of my mentors, Ezra Firestone, big in the kind of general e-commerce space. He owns like One Click Upsell and Smart Marketer and stuff like that. And he has a mantra that the first time I heard that, it just hit hard. And his mantra is serve the world unselfishly and profit.
Yeah.
Like, that could go for any business owner, right? Like, if you have a print on demand business and you're going out there and you're offering value to your ideal customer, to your target audience, and they support you, that's fantastic. It's almost like the law of reciprocity, where you lead with value first. That's always been my belief. Like, you got to go out there and lead with value first. And then people will want to support you because
Yeah,
it's the law of reciprocity. You give value to someone and they want to reciprocate. And that's amazing. But you're totally right, man. It's like impact over everything. Like, we're so blessed that we actually have listeners,
yeah,
and that our amazing listeners like reach out, and that they say nice things, and that they take action, and they tell us about the results. It's really inspiring. Um,
absolutely.
the last thing I want to say before we shout out one of our amazing listeners, because we love you guys, is if you have been listening to the last couple episodes, we did announce that for the 100th episode, we're going to be doing 3 shop reviews. So Kerry and I are going to select 3 of you guys, and we're going to do shop reviews for you just for writing us a review. So thank you, everyone who wrote us reviews. I want you to know that we're going to reach out to you. The 3 that were selected, we're going to reach out to you and let you know, and then we'll arrange a time to get your review done for you. And we will also announce on the 100th episode who those winners were. So I'm really fired up for that. But
Next week,
anyhow, what's that?
episode 100 coming next week. Mark your calendars.
Here we go.
What time do these episodes release? Like 6 a.m.? Like, there's
I don't know.
I think they're usually
Carlos
out.
is the guy that releases them. I don't know, actually.
I think they're usually out when I wake up on Friday morning. So
yeah.
as soon as you jump in the car for work Friday morning, or as soon as you get out your laptop to work on your business or whatever you do, get out your phone, man, turn on the podcast. Let's go. Episode 100.
Yes, let's go. And 3 of you guys are going to be on that list. So listen up. All right. Speaking of our amazing listeners, we're going to shout one of you guys out. This is coming from Abe. What's up, Abe? This was over Instagram, and Abe reached out and just said the kindest thing. And I was like, I got to shout my boy Abe out here. So Abe says, I wish I could rate the show 10 stars instead of 5. I've been so blessed to discover the show on Spotify, and each episode is empowering and enlightening. I learn something new every episode, and you guys make it so easy to understand the POD process. Thanks to the show, it's motivated me to start my own POD business.
Let's go.
And I've actually made a few non-family and friend sales. This show really makes me feel like financial freedom is possible, and I'm craving the next episode. Let's freaking go. A results-based review. We love all of our reviews, but this is really cool. Like, there's nothing wrong with family and friend sales, but there's something special. There's some magic when you get that first non-friend and family member sale. Like, I literally felt like when I got that first one, I wanted to frame like a $10 bill or something. You know what I mean?
Yep.
You get so fired up about it. Like, there's nothing quite like the first sale. I don't know if I've ever been more excited about a sale than that first non-friend and family member sale. So
Not me.
it's a crazy good feeling. But anyhow, thank you so much, Abe. You're awesome. We appreciate you. We appreciate all you guys sending lots of love. It's Q4, baby. Like, it's time to take action. And a lot of you guys that are participating, it's the biggest shopping season of the year. A lot of you guys are going to make sales, and you deserve them because you've taken the action. And we want everyone to succeed. That's the goal. Just mass impact. But anyhow, this particular episode, we've got a bit to cover. I was looking back at some past episodes, and I remember we did like a top 15 episode, and it was like an hour and 50 minutes long. And I was just like, oh man, like, I don't like, it's just like too long for an episode. It just, it's like a long commitment for people. And so this one, we're going to see if we can make this a little bit shorter. No promises, but I've cut it down to 5. We're doing a top 5. So we're going to do 5 trending print-on-demand products right now. So this is actually really cool because very recently, I mentioned October 21st, Shopify dropped a blog article with a list of the top 20 trending products sold by US Shopify merchants. And although these aren't all print-on-demand products, it's kind of like 20 different product types. We've selected 5 products from that list that can easily be sold with print on demand. Very easily, like made for print on demand products. So what we've done is we cherry picked 5 of those 20. And a couple of things worth mentioning. So first, I want to mention that there are actually no apparel products on that list, and that doesn't in any way mean apparel products don't sell. This is trending print on demand products, like products that are trending upward right now. Apparel is like an evergreen product. As long as people are wearing clothes, apparel sales are going to happen. That's really what it comes down to.
Yep.
And because everyone needs clothes, apparel sales aren't going anywhere. So it's not on this trends list, but think of it more like an evergreen product that is just, it sells great all year round. So it's not particularly trending, even though we know from past reports that apparel is a really hot seller for the holidays. One of the top sellers for the holidays. So that's the first thing worth noting. These are all non-apparel products. And I want to encourage you, even if you have an apparel brand, like seriously consider some of these non-apparel products. If there's any time to introduce non-apparel products to your brand, I mean, you can do this any year, but if there's any time, I would say the holidays is probably the single best time to experiment with non-apparel products that your ideal customer could still really like. So the second thing I want to mention is at the end, after we talk about the top 5 from the report, I'm also going to mention 2 bonus trending products. These were actually listed as the number 1 and the number 2 trending products from the Shopify blog article. Now, I left these out intentionally from the 5 that we selected. But the reason being is that only very recently these products have been available with print on demand. Like I never heard of these 2 top products being available with print on demand until 2024, until this year. And so a lot of people haven't jumped on this yet. I actually don't know many people that have. I know some, but I don't know many because they're still so new. I think a lot of people don't even know that these product categories exist for print on demand, but we're going to talk about it. Those are the 2 at the end. So make sure you listen to the end. But without further ado, Kerry, I think we're just going to jump in with number 5. What do you think? You ready to kick this off? Hey, I want to invite you to my free masterclass where I reveal how to make your first $10,000 in sales with Shopify and print on demand. If you are just starting out, this will give you a head start. And if you're a POD veteran, this training is meant to help you multiply your growth faster. So if that sounds interesting to you, you can register for that free training by clicking the link below in the show notes or by going to ecomlegendsacademy.com/grow.
Let's roll, dude.
All right, man, let's get it rolling. Number 5. This is particularly popular around the holiday season, but also as the seasons get colder. So as we go into fall, as we go into winter, and number 5 is blankets. So I want to read a tiny bit from the Shopify blog so you hear what they have to say about blankets. And then we're going to talk about some of the benefits of blankets, selling blankets as a print-on-demand brand. So here's from the blog. They say blankets have become more than just a practical item for keeping warm. They're now an essential part of home decor and comfort. This category includes a wide range of products from lightweight throws to heavy winter blankets. Kerry, what are your initial thoughts about blankets?
2 things came to mind. Number 1 was I always have that one ad in my mind of that one lady. She's on like a porch and she's holding the blanket, and it's a print. I'm sure it's a print on demand thing, and it's a mock up, and she's always holding a different blanket, but it's the same mock up. Some kind, I don't know. I don't think it's a placeit mock up, but it's a very popular mock up, and it's always for a blanket. So that was the first thing that came to mind was like, I know this is a super popular product because I still see that stinking same ad mock-up. I've seen it recently, and it's probably been the last 4 or 5 years I've seen that same mock-up, like products selling on like ads and social media and stuff for blankets. And the second thing was I like what they said here about it being an essential part of home decor because my wife, I always gauge a lot of things based off my wife because she's a heavy consumer in my household. But she decorates with the blankets, right? She's always laying blankets over the couches in our house and different things. And like, it's a part of the home decor. So like in my house, we have blankets that are for like covering up, but then we have blankets that are for decor that you're not supposed to cover up with. Like they're just pretty looking blankets. So those are kind of the 2 things that came to mind. I definitely know this is a hot product for sure.
Dude, you're like the ultimate consumer because you'll have like blankets for both purposes. See, my
Yeah.
wife and I were very minimalist. And so we have one blanket that hangs over our couch. And it's
Hmm.
also the perfect, like, cozy blanket for
Nice.
watching Netflix or watching Hulu or whatever. You know what I mean?
Nice.
For just like cozying up and binging on the couch. So, but yeah, blankets, some of the things that are really nice about blankets are they're a high cost, high profit product. So
Hmm.
you're going to make a lot more from a blanket. Well, you should. You should make a lot more for a blanket than you should for something like a t-shirt, for example. And that's great because that gives you more budget to potentially run ads to it. It means more profit with every sale. There's a lot of reasons for it. So I love higher price, higher profit products. That's
Hmm.
why I'm so big on like sweatshirts and hoodies over just t-shirts. I like offering like t-shirts plus like a sweatshirt and or a hoodie because I love being able to upsell them or get them to also purchase the version of a hoodie and sweatshirt, which you make more profit. But a couple things about this. So, like Kerry said, they're great for just hanging over the couch, especially like seasonal blankets. So, we're going into the fall right now. So, there's probably a lot of people looking for fall inspired blankets. There's probably people looking for Christmas inspired blankets. There's, you can get seasonal with blankets, which is great. But I feel like the best time to have blankets on your shop to introduce them would be going into the fall or going into the winter, just
Hmm.
because we know that some of the best selling blankets are the velveteen and the fleece blankets. Those tend to be the most popular. And those are also like the cozy, warm ones. But it's not just that. You can also use them for outdoor excursions. So let's say in the summertime for picnics, blankets can be excellent. If you have a pet, no pet wants to lay on a cold floor, probably. So you gotta have a blanket for them that they get to lay on. They're so like multifunctional. There's such a multifunctional product, and I think a lot of people don't really think about that. I think the first thing that comes to mind is you're like, oh, I want to cozy up with this blanket, right?
Hmm.
But it can be great year round for a number of different reasons. And then, of course, I have to mention how giftable this is. Like, blankets are so giftable. Like, think about it. If someone is really passionate about something, let's just say a sport. Let's say pickleball. We talk about pickleball a lot.
Yep.
Let's say someone's really passionate about pickleball. Like, how cool it would be to get them like a pickleball inspired blanket, right? Or if you even want to give it as like a personalized gift, maybe it's like a photo, like a really special photo. Maybe it's like a photo of your dog or your cat, and you get that blanket for your dog or your cat. You know what I mean? There's so many things you can do with this. So
Yeah. I think it's one
great
of those
product.
things too that like it's just you can never have enough blankets. Like everybody, like if you get a blanket as a gift, you always are like, "Oh, this is awesome!" Like I always love a new blanket. You know what I mean? Like,
Right.
so there's so many blankets like floating around my house. We went to when my I took my son to Las Vegas last year, like early last year. We went to this Pokemon event for his birthday,
Is that
and
the
we
one we
went.
met at?
Yeah, that's the one we met at. That's right.
Okay.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that was like that was. I think we'd already started the podcast. I think because it was February
Yeah.
maybe 2023. But
Yeah.
we went to like a Pokemon event and we went down to the M&M store and it was like we bought an M&M blanket. Like it's just like it's like
Because
my son's got like 15 blankets on his bed. He just whatever one he wants to snuggle up with that night. So I just think it's a gift that if you sell it as a gift, like everybody always loves getting a blanket.
right.
I don't want to spoil any of the other products on this list, but there are other products like that where it's like, oh, I always love getting that as a gift. I could always use another one.
Yeah, that's exactly what number three is. Exactly. You probably see that,
Yep.
Kerry.
That's why I didn't say it.
We'll talk. We'll talk. What's that?
That's why I didn't say it.
Yeah, yeah,
I
yeah,
won't
yeah,
spoil
yeah.
it.
We'll mention that in a sec. But yeah, no, you're totally right. Another thing that I just thought about is, let's say you're in like the inspirational niche, or you're in like the spirituality niche, being able to put like your really popular like quotes or famous quotes or something like that. That could just be really calming for people that like connect with those quotes, right? Like, I think of Eckhart Tolle, who's like this spiritual guru who I really love, and he has a really cool quote that says like, this moment is all that exists, something like that. The present moment is all that exists. And anytime I'm feeling like stressed out or anxious, or I'm thinking about the past, or I'm thinking about the future, I try to think of that quote. And it would just be a cool reminder to have that on a blanket laying over my couch. And anytime I'm like stressing out a little bit, I just see that and it's just like, boom, it's like, that reminder. Anyhow, all right, let's move on to number 4 so this isn't number 4 from the trends report. This is the trends report had 20 product types, and we chose 5 that we felt were the most optimal for print on demand. There was one other one that I left out, which was socks. That was another one that there's lots of print on demand for, but I put the ones that I thought would be the most relevant to our listeners. Number 4 is phone cases. And I actually numbered these in the order as they got higher up in the trends report. So number 1 on this trends report was the closest to the top on the Shopify report. And then number 5, blankets, was the furthest back on the trends report. I think it was actually number 20 was blankets, but it's just such a good print on demand product. And a lot of them, like car accessories on there, isn't a print on demand product. Not yet, at least, but maybe one day, who knows? But yeah, number 4 is mobile phone accessories, and particularly phone cases. I mean, phone cases, there's so much to say about phone cases. I'm going to read from the blog what they said about them, and then we'll break it down. So they say the mobile phone accessories market continues to grow as smartphones become increasingly central to our daily lives. This category includes a wide range of products, from protective cases and screen protectors to charging cables and wireless earbuds. So what do you think of, Kerry, when you think of mobile phone accessories? Like, what's the first print on demand product that comes to mind?
As far as mobile phone accessories?
Yeah.
I mean, it would be like a decorative phone case with a design on it, for sure.
Yeah. That's exactly what I was thinking. And there are other print on demand mobile accessories. I've seen like the AirPod cases that you can print on demand. I'm sure there's some other ones as well, but yeah, I mean, I think right now, by far the most popular print on demand product in the mobile accessories market is cell phone cases. So I thought we would focus on that.
Yeah, there's like headphone, like Bluetooth headphones that are print on demand. But it's such a I'm sure there's somebody out there killing it with print on demand Bluetooth headphones. That's such a weird product. But
how much surface area do you have? Like,
I know, it's like they're the big ones. They're not the earbuds. They're like the big ones.
Okay. I'm thinking like AirPod size.
It's like over the ear. If you're listening on audio, like over the ear ones, but they're still like such a small area, and it's such a weird. I guess people want dog love headphones, or I don't know.
Yeah.
Like I said, I'm sure there's one of our listeners out there right now. They're like, stupid podcasters. They don't even know.
They're like, I'm not going to tell anyone I'm absolutely crushing with these Bluetooth headphones now.
That's what they're saying. They're like, yes, what a great podcast. They're not telling people how good it is.
Right. Yeah.
It's so funny.
But yeah, I mean, the first thing that comes to mind is phone cases. I've sold phone cases. It's never been my best-selling product, but I have sold a lot of them. And what I like about phone cases is they're small, they're lightweight. What does that mean?
Cheap shipping.
They're really cheap and easy to ship. Exactly. So they're really cheap and easy to ship. Another thing is, if they order the correct phone case, then it's one size fits all, like for that particular phone. And what I like about it too is that as phone models change, a lot of the cases change too. Like, as phones, like newer versions of iPhones get bigger and smaller, whatever, like you need a new case for those, right? So that's kind of nice, because every time, let's say Apple comes out with a new phone that is a different size, all of a sudden it's like the Wild West of, everyone's looking for a case for that new size phone. And if you are top of mind with your ideal customer and you're selling products in a niche that they're very passionate about, a lot of people I've seen this a lot, where people have cell phone cases for their passions. Like maybe they're really into pit bulls. They'll have like a pit bull phone case, or maybe they're really, they're Christian.
Cases. And pickleball phone cases would probably destroy.
Yeah. I mean,
it's product.
it can be a really good product. And there's 7-figure brands that are based around phone cases. Like there's one brand that I think I've mentioned them before. They're called Casely.
Mhm.
And man, they are crushing with that is like their product. That's kind of their niche almost. Their core product is cell phone cases, and now they have like other accessory products and stuff like AirPod cases and stuff like that. But really, like they blew up with cell phone case, and that's still their primary product. Last time I checked, they're a 7-figure brand. Actually, maybe they're even 8-figure brand now, but they're huge. So there's a lot of reasons to like phone cases. There's also just different types of phone cases for different niches. Like I've seen print on demand biodegradable phone cases. And if
Yeah.
someone is in an eco-conscious niche, or like if you're in an eco-conscious niche and you want to offer phone cases, well, that just makes so much sense. Like my wife owns biodegradable phone cases because she falls in that category. I also fall in that category, but she's bought multiple of these. And so, you can even niche down further. It's not just phone cases in general. Like if you're in the eco-conscious space or eco-friendly space, maybe you only offer the biodegradable ones because that just aligns with your brand's values, right?
Yeah.
Any other thoughts on phone cases?
Um, I mean, I'm not. It's not my favorite product, but I don't have a ton to support that. I just in terms of I guess like red flags would just be, you know, phone cases are so widely available, but also a lot of people do like to have multiple phone cases. A lot of people like to
Mhm.
switch them out because it's a style thing. It's a personality thing. They want to show off their personality. And obviously phones are such an integral part of our lives that we're carrying them everywhere. So we want to show them off, you know.
Totally.
Um, so but they're really widely available. You can get them everywhere, you know. And then the other thing would just be like, I think that, it's interesting because I think what you said about the phones are changing all the time could be a benefit because then you could sell a new case to that same person. I think
Exactly.
it's also can be a downside because like I'm looking at some print on demand phone cases right now. There's so many phones. Some of these cases come in 33 different variants, you know, like it's wild.
Right.
So it's almost even like more than like clothing when you have all these sizes and colors and different things. Like there's just so many I mean, we got I don't know how many of those are relevant, right? If you got an
Yeah.
iPhone, you're on iPhone. Well, there's a lot though. You're on iPhone 16. There's 16, 16 Plus, 16 Pro, 16 Pro Max. There might be 4 versions times. Some people still have 10s and 11s. So like just iPhones, you might have 30, 40 different variants. So I think there could be some things there that could be difficult about this, but overall, there's lots of benefits to it. And I mean, it's an interesting product for sure. So I'm not hating on it at all. I just wanted to bring
Yeah.
up a few of the things that kind of I don't know. It's not as I guess it's it's just one of those things you kind of have to stay on top of. You have to have the latest and greatest. Those are probably going to be the hot ones. Are going to be the current phones always. And so when new phones come out, you have to the manufacturers are they going to be on top of that? And it's a definitely a lot to it, I guess.
Yeah, no, it's a good point. I mean, it's good to know the pros and cons, right?
Yeah.
Like my experience is this has never been my best selling product. I've
Yeah.
sold a decent amount, but it's never been my best. Like not never even came close to like t-shirts or hoodies or
Sure.
sweatshirts or anything like that. But if you're really niche down and there's not a lot of options for people in your niche for cell phone
Yeah.
cases, then maybe this will work for you. You can experiment. Like if it were me, I would probably experiment in like a tiered format. Like I would test the waters with the most popular models of phone cases, like the most popular iPhones and stuff, and see how it does. And then I would only expand out if like I wouldn't spend any more time if I wasn't making any sales from the top selling models. I wouldn't personally spend any more time rolling out other models of the phone cases because
That's a good tip. This
yeah.
one, this one I'm looking at has 82 sizes.
Dang.
It's just like a general like basic TPU case, you know. So it's very like just
Okay.
basic what you 82 variants, which is crazy. So that's a
Overwhelming.
very good tip of just like, hey, maybe you Google or ask ChatGPT like what are the top 10
Yeah.
most used phones, and you pop those into your store and don't worry about the rest. Just to keep it simple, you know.
Right. And don't put it on all your designs. Put it on your best selling designs to start.
Because
Like
you don't
you're
want the
gonna
customer to have to sort through 82 variants on your website to try to find their phone, you know?
right. Right. And you don't want to spend all that time putting like all your designs on cell phone cases when you don't have any validation that it's what your customers want, if you know you haven't sold any
Yeah.
yet. And if it's not like a best selling, like I would start with the low hanging fruit. I would start with the best selling models, like phone model cases, and uh, just a couple of my absolute top selling designs. If those don't sell, that's a validation I would need to be like, I'm not going to waste any more time with this personally. I'm going to experiment with other products and see how those do.
Yeah.
It's what it is. It's like, you know, experimentation, you look for validation and then you lean into what works. You just lean in, like let your customers vote with their dollars. If they're loving some new product type that you introduce, lean in, like create more of that
Yeah.
and less of the ones that nobody cares about and no one's buying, right? Um, all right, let's move on to number 3. So we teased number 3. We said this one is also extremely giftable, and man, like this is I don't have any data to back this up, but I feel like this is like one of the most gifted items around the holidays. I've received these before. Actually, when I was in real estate sales, every year my partner and I would go around and we would deliver these to all of our clients. Like it's that popular. And that product is candles. Number 3 is candles. So here's what we have to say. Here's what the blog says, I should say, about candles. Candles have become more than just a source of light. They're now an essential part of home decor and self-care routines. The global candle market size was valued at $12.48 billion dollars in 2022 and is expected to grow at a CAGR. Like who knows what that means? Do you know what that means? CAGR? They say the
Uh,
acronym in the report like it's like, "Oh yeah, CAGR, of
we
course."
should know we should know what that means. We're gonna
Let's Google that. Let's
Yeah,
Google
I
that.
got you. Keep going, keep
It's probably
going.
like an average something revenue or something, or I don't know.
Compound annual growth rate.
Okay, compound annual. Okay, that makes sense. All right, let's start that sentence again. The global candle market size was valued at $12.48 billion dollars in 2022 and is expected to grow at a compound annual growth rate of 5.8% from 2023 to 2030. So the data says it all. Like candles are already so popular. They've already been so popular for so long. And this data is telling us that that's only going to continue to grow. Maybe because of print on demand, maybe because the candle market's been disrupted across all these different niches that weren't served with candles before. Who knows, right? I definitely feel like print on demand disrupts a lot of industries. And I freaking love that because it's not fair that just the big guys get to participate in these really profitable, you know, product categories. I think print on demand sellers, small business owners, they should have the ability to compete shoulder to shoulder with these people as well. And that's why I love when print on demand companies release more products for print on demand sellers to sell. But let's talk about this a little bit. So a couple things I wanted to mention. Candles kind of fall under the home and living decor category. And what I love about candles, aside from the fact that they're just so freaking giftable, they're really easy to design for. In most cases, you can just take a design from, let's say, a t shirt, and you can just use that same design on the candle. Another thing I like about them is a lot of the ones that I see selling really well right now are ones that are just purely text based. So if it
Yep.
wasn't easy enough just to recycle your best selling designs and put them on candles, you can also very easily create very funny text based designs for candles. So one that I see doing well right now, and it's kind of like a template that I see being used is smells like blank. Smells like someone got a promotion. Smells like someone bought a new house. Smells like someone won their pickleball tournament. I don't know. You know what I mean? Like it's you can take these funny text only slogans, you can put them on candles, make them really relevant for your niche. And I see people doing really well. Like I've looked at some of the Everbee data. Dang, there's some candles that are absolutely crushing. Kerry, what are your thoughts?
I love candles. I think I mentioned it earlier. They're like it's one of those things you can never have enough, especially because you burn them, right?
Right.
You burn the candles, so they you always need more candles. So I think that I think maybe what I would something I would think about if I was selling these would be the quality of the candle. I mean, I think if there's definitely a lot of lower quality candles that they either like they just don't smell or they don't last or whatever. Like you want to probably sell a pretty good quality candle, but I mean, even if
Sure.
it's not, these are so giftable that it's just like if it has a funny saying on it or like a something funny on it, like it's just a great gift, even if it doesn't smell that crazy. So I think I think it's a really interesting product, and I mean, easily addable to your store.
Yeah.
Uh, like it's complete opposite of everything we just talked about with mobile phones. Like it's just a candle.
Not a lot of options. I mean, there
No, I
are
mean, there's
multiple
different
candle
sizes.
options, but
I
yeah,
guess
there's
they're
not
different
like,
sizes and
yeah,
scents,
yeah, yeah.
but like it's just such a simple product. And I like simple products. I don't necessarily gravitate towards the products that have 1,000 variants, although I love clothes. But um,
Right.
I think it's a really, really great product.
Yeah. While you were talking, I just ran a quick Everbee search for candles, and I was like, all right, let's just see like what like a top selling candle is. So this one is estimated to have made over $20,000 in revenue in the last month. It definitely looks like a print on demand candle. And it says it's personalized, and it says Sarah's last nerve. Oh, look, it's on fire. And apparently, just that, it's purely text based,
Well,
purely text based.
personalizing the name. I mean,
Yep.
you can put anybody's name in there.
Yeah.
That's great.
Estimated $20,866 in the last 30 days. And it's 16 months old. So it's been around for a little over a year.
Wow.
22,000 total sales estimated. Pretty wild. Pretty
Wow.
wild. But that, like, yeah, that's very clever. Like whoever came up with that, so clever. I'm glad that they're able to make so many sales from that. That's awesome. But yeah, like kind of wrapping up in terms of candles. Another thing that I really like about them is, well, like you said, they're kind of consumable, right? They're kind of like giving someone a bottle of wine. Like eventually you're going to use it and you're going to want more. But they're also fantastic decorations, and they're also fantastic for different seasons. You know what I mean? Like you could get I'm thinking of a slogan that I cannot say it on here, but I'm going to say the abbreviated version. One for the holidays. Let's say like a funny, sarcastic Christmas candle that says it's starting to feel a lot like F this. Have you seen that before?
No.
Okay. It's so funny, but like, perfect for Christmas for sarcastic people.
Yeah.
But you get the idea. So you can have it for different seasons. You can have it for special occasions. You can create personal ones for people that have life events. Another one I saw was about like recently divorced, like smells like someone's like free or recently divorced or something like that. There was a trends report a couple months back that we talked about where it was talking about how recent divorce gifts are like trending, which so funny.
Yeah.
But anyhow, enough about candles. Let's talk about number 2 on the list. This one is huge. Like after apparel, this is probably my single favorite product category. And it's like this sleeping giant in my eyes. And I'm predicting that this is only going to continue to get big. I mean, it's not even much of a prediction because there's a lot of data to back this up, but I'm talking about specifically for print on demand. I think a lot of print on demand sellers, I think they're kind of, I can't speak for all print on demand sellers, but I think a lot are consolidating in kind of 2 main product categories. It's like apparel or this, and that is wall art. So specifically, they say posters and artwork. That's what they call it on the blog article. So let me read what the blog says about this, and then we'll break it down. The market for posters and artwork continues to grow as people seek to personalize their living and working spaces. This trend has been further fueled by the rise of remote work, with more people investing in home decor. One interesting sub-trend within this category is the growing popularity of vintage posters.
Mhm.
These retro style pieces can add a unique touch to any room and appeal to consumers looking for something beyond mass produced prints. Kerry, your thoughts?
Yeah, I mean, this one is, like you said, it's huge. I feel like I have firsthand experienced how big it is because being around the gelato sellers at the few times I've been out
Yeah.
with overseas visiting with print on demand sellers. This last time, man, there was many brands there that were just crushing it with this category.
Yeah.
Um, there was one brand in particular, can't mention them here, but very large, they were doing very, very well. And they were doing just like, it was kind of their own art style. You know, they've come up with this their own art style, and they were doing it. It was really in this kind of category of like vintage stuff, like just nostalgia and their own kind of style around that.
Mm,
And I think it's true what they said here. You know, even though we're way past COVID and years past that whole thing, so many more people are working from home now, and that trend is continuing. Like there's definitely a shift from office work, 9 to 5 jobs to working in your home, even if you're still working a 9 to 5 job. More
right.
companies are offering, remote options and work from home options because we're just realizing that things don't have to be done in an office. Um, and so it's like, yeah, you want to decorate. I mean, I don't even think I forget how much wall art or posters or artwork and different things that I've bought. But then I start thinking about all the things that I bought, and it's like I've bought a lot, but for both my office space, video space, and then my home, So
Yeah.
it really is a huge, huge category, I've seen it grow like crazy, and
Yeah.
so there's a lot you can do with it, and a lot of different options as far as very basic posters that are inexpensive, and it also has huge margins. I mean, I
Yeah.
think many products in the wall art category, it's up to like 80+% profit margins on some of these
Crazy.
products. So it's crazy.
Yeah, no, I totally agree. It's funny. It also caught my radar like in a big way at the Gelato Accelerator Summit. Not this last summer, but the summer before. I was there, and everyone was either an apparel seller or a wall art seller, and I was like,
Yeah.
whoa, what's with all these like 7-figure wall art brands? Like, I
Yep.
didn't realize this was so big. And Gelato, you can get wall art from a lot of different print on demand companies, but I would say Gelato, it's kind of one of their bread and butter. They're kind of, different print on demand companies are known for different things.
Yeah.
I definitely feel like Gelato is known for wall art. And I think a big reason is because they've leaned into it. Like all these wall art sellers were telling them that there were certain types of new wall art that they wanted, and they were releasing them. And I was really impressed. I think that's amazing when the big print on demand companies listen to their sellers, right?
Yeah.
Give them what they want. It's mutually beneficial. So that was when it really hit my radar. And then as you were saying that you've been getting a lot of wall art lately, I just thought about like all the wall art I've bought recently. Like I bought this beautiful canvas from a local Arizona artist. Like I'm really big on supporting local artists. Like this art behind me was from a local Phoenix artist who I've met multiple times. And like I'm really in this like I'm almost like a collector now of like local art. I keep buying art from local artists. I love supporting small
That's
businesses.
cool.
Yeah, so I was in Flagstaff with my wife, and there was like this outdoor market, like a big weekend outdoor market, and there was like this local Arizona um, photographer artist there, and we bought some of his prints, and they're absolutely freaking beautiful. Like I just love them. But this print behind me that I got from someone in Phoenix, I bought a bunch more like this at like small markets and stuff where I just see them around the city from local artists. They're really cool, and they're so easy. They're so collectible. I think I have
Yeah.
like 5 of them now. But the nice thing about wall art is like it can be used in almost any room in any house. Like think about it. If you just moved into a house, are you just going to buy a single piece of artwork for that house? No, let's say
No.
you move from like a 1 bedroom or a 2 bedroom apartment into a much larger home with like 3 or 4 bedrooms. You're going to have more, it's going to be more square footage. So you're going to have like more wall space in the big spaces. You might have 2 living rooms. You're going to have more bedrooms. And generally, that means more wall art,
Mhm.
right? And so it's great because you can put wall art in literally almost any room. Like I can't think of a room that you couldn't. Like kitchen, maybe not as popular as other rooms, but like bathrooms, bedrooms, living rooms, dining room. Like
Mhm.
there's so many places that you can put this.
Yeah.
Um, a couple really popular wall art products. There's actually a lot out there with print on demand, a lot. And a couple of the best sellers that I'm seeing are the matte vertical posters. Those are selling really well. And then the matte canvas wall art. Those are also selling really, really well in this category. But there's so many more types that you could offer. Um, what else can we say about this? Oh, this is a really fun stat here. Custom wall art is part of the luxury product segment, predicted to increase to $72.6 billion in revenue by 2028.
It's going up.
It's
Keep going
it's
up.
going up, just like candles, It's going up, and then of course, wall art is so giftable. I actually remember one year I gifted my wife a very special photo of the two of us that our friend took that we loved. I put it on canvas wall art, and she loved it, and we still have it in our bathroom to this day. And that was probably like 7 years ago. Um, so lots of reasons to love wall art. Like I said, after apparel, this is probably my single favorite product type. And there's a lot of people out there crushing it in the wall art game. So don't overlook this. Even if you're in the apparel space, there's a huge opportunity to create wall art for your audience as well. And I think a lot of them, if they're very passionate about the niche, they'll want that too. Right. All right. Should we drop number one, Kerry?
Yeah.
All right, let's drop number one. Drum roll, please. I was wondering what you were going to do. All right. Number one is drinkware. So, again, this was not number one on the Shopify blog, but this was, of all the print on my products, this was the highest up in the list of the top 20 trending products right now from the Shopify blog article. So, let's talk about it. Here's what they say about it on the blog article. Raise a toast to insulated tumblers. Spurred on by viral models like the Stanley Quencher, these oversized cups come with ad-friendly features like straws. Ad-friendly features like straws and over-engineered construction, making them literal trending product heavyweights. As uh, as practical, environmentally hydration aids, tumblers are projected to generate $1.9 billion by 2028, growing at a compound annual rate of 8.8%. Kerry, your thoughts?
Yeah, it's huge for a couple reasons. There's a million different kinds. Obviously,
Mm,
some are more popular than others. They mentioned the Stanley tumbler here. Stanley's, yeah, Yetis, Stanley's. There's other types that are also really. I mean, it doesn't have to be that brand. It's more the style of the drinkware.
right.
Um, and then something I keep mentioning, but I'll mention it again, is like you can never have too many. You can never have too many cups and just
Right.
like these things. So I know in my house, again, we have so many different. I've got a Yeti right here. We have so many of these, and we keep buying them because it's just like I carry it around all day with me, keeping it full of water. And I just need a new one like pretty much every day. Like I need to grab a new one. And so and then some of them, this one's just black, but like I've got one with my bank on it that the bank gave me, that they decorated. And my wife's got a pickleball one, and like
Nice.
it's we've got Stanleys and Yetis and all these different things. And so it's just like anytime if you were to gift me one, I'd be like, dude, this is awesome. And then I would drink out of it for a week, and then I'd go in the cabinet and I'd pull it out again. It's just like you can never have enough. So it's a really good gift. It's like candles, blankets. Like it's just a great gift. It's useful, and people are never mad about having another one. You know what I mean?
Right. Yeah, no, I totally agree. Remember when we talked about the Stanley tumbler, like probably, I don't know, maybe 6 months ago
Yep.
or longer, and we're like, man, someone has to come out with this for print on demand. And at the time, none existed. And I was so excited when I heard and saw that Printify has now released. They're the only company I know that offers this. They have now released a Stanley style tumbler that you can decorate. And we were talking about how Elevated Faith did really good selling these in the Christian niche, in the cool, trendy, Christian niche. And I think that a lot of people can succeed with these as well. I was so happy because it's not only a product that you could put your designs on, but it's a trending product type. Like they've blown up in like 2024. You know what I mean? It seems like everyone now has one of the Stanley style mugs with the handle and the straw and the big, like really intense looking metal lid. You know what I mean? Or the metal rim. So I was really pumped when they came out with those. So if you are a Printify seller and you do want to introduce something like that, it's available to you now. I think on their website it said like new releases or something, but I'm pretty sure
it said it's still early access. I don't know if that means
early access. It says early access
or what, but
yeah, but you might still be able to, you could probably still offer it. If not, it'll be available very soon for you to offer. So if you do want to jump on that, I mean, the gifting season is here. Now is a great time to introduce something like that. But I think a lot of people will also just buy them for themselves, right? They're not just going to buy them as gifts for others. They'll buy them for themselves. And maybe if there's like a group of friends who are all really into something, they'll all get matching tumblers, right?
Oh,
like
for sure.
squad tumblers, you know what I mean?
For sure.
So there's so many, and that's just one type. Like there's other popular drinkware. So obviously mugs are like the OG. They're like the one that's been around forever. They sell a lot. They're gifted a lot. Everyone seems to have a million mugs, but also the sipper glasses got really popular in the last year. I would call that another like very trendy product. And again, Printify, kudos to you. They were the first ones I saw release the glass sipper cups. And what I'm talking about is the ones that people probably see a lot in like Instagram, on Instagram photos and stuff. It's like a glass, it almost looks like a glass mason jar with a wooden cap and then a straw. And a lot of people drink iced coffee out of them. If you go on Etsy, you'll see so many mock-ups of people drinking these like iced coffee, out of these iced, these glasses. But those are really, really popular. That's another product that you could potentially sell. But then you've got things like wine tumblers. I mean, people are drinking a lot of wine around the holidays. I'm just saying, it's another really giftable one. So there's so many different options. There's other ones like the skinny tumblers are getting really popular. The ones, they don't have a handle. They're just like tall and skinny and they have a built-in straw. I don't know if you know what I'm talking about, Kerry, but that's another one that I'm seeing a lot of people and that's now available for print on demand as well, at least through Printify, maybe through some other companies. But it's great. It's great. All these trendy products are becoming available pretty quickly for print on demand, and that just makes me so happy that we sellers, small business owners, can like tap into that demand. It's great. So with that, I think that covers the top 5. So let me just recap the top 5, and then I'm going to share with you guys the bonus 2 trending products. All right. So the top 5, the 5th was blankets. The 4th was mobile phone accessories, i.e. phone cases primarily. The 3rd was candles. The 2nd was posters and artwork, i.e. wall art. And then number 1 was drinkware. Now for the bonus 2 trending products. So I was like, how do I incorporate this into this episode, but not make it one of the top ones? Because a lot of people don't even know that you can offer this with print on demand. But in this report, this was number 1 and number 2 in the trending products right now.
For the whole report?
For the whole report. Out of 20 products, this was number 1 and number 2. So
a little bit harder to find with print on demand, but yes.
What's that?
A little bit harder to find with print on demand, but you can find these 2.
I only know one print on demand company that offers these 2, and hopefully others roll them out as well, because not everyone is using this print on demand company. But I think there's a huge opportunity here. I haven't seen a lot of people jump on it yet, and I kind of get why. But I do think a lot more people are going to jump on this in the foreseeable future. So here they are. The number 2 trending product in the Shopify report was skincare, which is now available as of 2024, is available with Printify. And they actually have like a whole suite of skincare products. It's not like one skincare product. They have multiple skincare products. They're the only player in the game that I'm aware of that has print on demand for this, at least of the big 3. But
Printful has it.
do they know?
Hand and
Oh, that's
body
awesome.
wash, hand and body lotion. It looks like it's pretty limited.
Oh, but they don't have like skincare, like serum for your face and stuff.
It just says create your skincare line. Try to see
Okay.
what products they have. But anyways, keep going.
Yeah. So, this is a very new product type category. So, for example, I'm just on Printify right now. They have like a snail mucin facial serum. I don't even know what that means.
What
They
the
have a
heck?
retinol and peptide face serum. They have a hair growth tonic, hair oil, vitamin boost serum, hyaluronic acid complex serum. I know that's great for just tightening the skin. And then they have a daily moisturizer and a gentle face and body cleanser. Oh, they have more. They have a hydrating toner, a calming toner, and a moisture balance gel. I mean, you could create an entire brand around these things. Like if you, let's say you had an audience in the beauty space, or you were like a beauty creator or a beauty influencer or something like that. You could create your own brand around this. But I'm not just saying if you were like an influencer or something, even a brand. Like, let's say that you are in like, I don't know, one like a fitness niche of some sort. Let's say you're in like Pilates or yoga or something like that. Having something, I feel like some of these cleansers, there was one that I heard the name of that I was like, oh, the calming toner. I feel like that could be great if you're in the spirituality niche, or something like that. Maybe you have like an inspiring quote or a design on there. Yeah, pretty cool, right?
Mm-hmm.
So that's the number 2 category from the report. And the number 1 category was vitamins and supplements. Another one that Printify released a collection of products in this year. So this one, if you're in like, this would be natural if you're in like the fitness niche, for example. But there's also a lot of other niches that I think that this could work really well in. It doesn't have to be like fitness specifically, but they also again have a number of products here, like omega-3 fish oil supplement, multivitamins for women, digestive enzyme blend, probiotic supplements. So, I mean, collagen, hair vitamin gummies. There's more too. Like these are all products in the supplement space. Now, I've always stayed away from the supplement space because I feel like
Scary.
there's a lot of liability there. And I feel like you're going to get like 1,000,001 questions that you won't know how to answer. But that said, there's a lot of people who've grown very large brands in this space. I'm not specifically saying print on demand. I'm sure those people exist too. It's still very new, but there's a lot of people. This is a massive market, like a multi-billion-dollar market, the supplement space. And I'd be very curious to meet a business owner who's successfully selling these products. And I'd also be very curious to hear about their experience. That'd be pretty cool, right? Hearing like, oh, are a lot of people asking a lot of questions? Are you getting complaints? You know what I mean? Liability would be my biggest fear, but you can get like, I think it's the liability insurance or something for your brand, which I would definitely get if I was selling something like supplements. But it doesn't seem like there's anything too dangerous here, but I don't know. I don't even know what some of these mean. Kerry, what are your thoughts on this?
Man, like if you're a listener out there and you're selling this stuff, we want to hear from you. Come on the podcast.
Yes.
Like if we have a listener that you're selling supplements, print on demand, like we want you on the podcast because that would be like I want to learn about what you do. Going back to skincare real quick, I was gonna not shout out this brand. I don't know anything about them, but there is this really cool print on demand company. I don't even know if I call them a print on demand company, but they're called self-named, and they have a Shopify app. It's a weird name, but self-named. It's called Cosmetics on Demand. So it's basically an on-demand cosmetics company. Um,
Interesting.
but their website looks really legit, and they have a lot of really cool products. The prices look pretty good. So if you're interested in this, you might go check them out. This is not a shout out. I've never used them, but they have organic, vegan, sustainable stuff, lots of different products. The pricing looks pretty good. It looks legit. It's called Self Named. I thought that was pretty cool. You should check it out. But yeah,
Cool.
I mean, I don't have many thoughts. Like, there's just so much opportunity out there. Let me just say that there's so
Yeah.
much opportunity. There's so many products, no excuses. Like, there's just like, there's so much opportunity. Just go out there and do something interesting. Like, this is so cool to, and I'm sure there are, if you go look at the supplements in Printify or wherever, I'm sure everything is tested and everything's, legit, but do your research at least, on that, and just kind of do some basic research on stuff. Because when it comes to something like supplements, people are taking them, putting them in their body. Yeah, you don't want to be liable for anything crazy. But um, obviously, if it's number one on the best selling list on Shopify, there's
Yeah.
obviously a lot of opportunity and a lot of people just crushing it with that for sure.
Yeah, there's a brand that I know of that I really like. They're really cool in fitness niche. They're called Constantly Varied Gear. I've talked about them before, and I met the owner, such a cool guy, Mark Aruda, and such a cool brand. This brand has such like a cult following. They're so mission based, and they're in the fitness niche. I would say CrossFit, more CrossFit heavy. And I see that I saw this a while ago actually, and I was surprised they sell collagen supplements on their website, and they started out as mainly apparel, like tank tops and t-shirts, and now they're like doing leggings and all sorts of stuff for their community. But I think I saw this like quite a while ago. I saw they were selling collagen, and I'm just looking on their website, 645 reviews on their collagen. Like, remember, only a fraction of people leave reviews. Only a fraction of people that buy a product leave reviews. And a lot of these people might be buying this because it's a consumable. People are probably buying this over and over again, and they probably just leave one review, right?
Yeah,
But
I know there's a lot of. I mean, most of those products are white labeled. Like, there's a ton of white
yeah,
labeling that in the supplement category. Like, it's pretty simple to go out there and white label whatever supplement you want. So I know a lot of
right.
influencers and different things will white label a supplement that they believe in and sell it. And so, it's relatively simple to add that kind of stuff to your catalog. So, and there's a lot of opportunity there for sure. I can see why it's number one, just because it's like it's just a great opportunity. Easy to white label it, and then it's your customers when they trust you and you put your backing behind, a supplement. They're gonna buy it from you, right? Just because they trust you. So
Yeah. And the nice thing is they buy it again and again.
yeah,
You
yeah,
know
for
what I
sure,
mean?
for
It's
sure.
like when they run out, if they like it, they're going to buy more. So that's another cool thing is you can have a long customer lifetime value for that product if they're buying it multiple times a year or something like that. But yeah, Constant Varied Gear in the fitness niche, they're selling it. It makes so much sense, for them. But
Yep.
there's a lot of other niches that it makes sense. One of my favorite brands is Elo Yoga. I love Elo Yoga,
Mhm.
and they introduced not too long ago, like in the last like couple of years, they introduced skincare supplements and other kind of wellness products. So there you go. There's another niche where they're introducing this. I think Lululemon now has some of that stuff. Like, it's just a lot of brands are getting into it just to
Mhm.
kind of expand their product mix for their target audience. So good stuff. Well, this was a lot of fun. It's always fun doing these kind of like top X episodes, like top 10, top 5, whatever. This one was cool because it was a little bit different, right? It's not just like, I love like top 10 best selling products of 2024 or something like that, right? But this one's different. It's not the top best selling products, it's the top trending products.
Yeah.
And so it had some unique products, and there was no apparel that we talked about. And even in the top 20 from Shopify, they didn't mention apparel. The only apparel item that I really saw was socks. But it's because they're not talking about the best selling. They're talking about what's trending right now. And
Yeah,
around the holiday season, a lot of these products we talked about, they're trending products because a lot of them are just so damn giftable, right?
for sure.
Um, so, all right. Well, we'll leave it off there. Thank you everyone for listening. Next episode's the big 100. So that's going to be super exciting. You guys are awesome. We appreciate you guys. Stay awesome, take action, and remember, you're always one design away.
Thank you so much for listening to this episode of the Print on Demand Playbook podcast. If you enjoyed it, please leave us an honest review on whichever platform you're listening from. Thanks again and have a great day.